Hello and welcome back to another Lord of the Rings two-handed recorded playthrough. Today we're going to be taking on the last scenario in the Passage of Mirkwood, or whatever that the Shadow of Mirkwood, whatever that adventure pack is. I can never remember the name of it, but it's the Caves of Nibeldoom. And we are going to be taking this on with the Dwarf and Elf starter decks. So I've actually not played the Elf starter deck. I realized that. I thought I had, but I think the Dwarfs I paired up with Rohan in the last video that I did, and not the Elves. And so we did the Oath with the Rohan and Gondor starter deck, and that was posted a few days ago. And now we're moving on. After this game, we will be going into, I think, Agmar Awakens. I think that's where we're going to go next, and we're going to be taking it on with just the core set cards, these decks, and then the Agmar cards. So let's get going. The Dark of Nibeldoom. Search the encounter deck for Goblin Chieftain, Crack Pillar, and Cave Torch. Set the Goblin Chieftain and Crack Pillar aside out of play. First player attaches Cave Torch to one of their heroes. We're going to give it to... we're actually going to give it to Celeborn. And shuffle the encounter deck. When revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck for a different location and adds it to the staging area. We can shuffle the encounter deck at this point. I probably should have had an idea, but so travel will reveal the top card of the encounter deck to travel here. After it leaves play, the first player searches the top 5 cards for an ally and puts it into play under their control. That's going to be nice. We got branching paths. While it's the branching paths in the staging area, each dark location gets +1 threat. Look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Choose to reveal one. Let's grab Crumbling Stairs. And it does have to be a different location, so we can go Collapse Mine. So when Crumbling Stairs leaves play as an explorer location, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If the discarded card is a location, put it into play as the active location. Then we have the Collapse Mine, where we can't place more than a certain amount of threat on it in the staging area, but that's totally fine because we are not really putting a lot of threat. This does progress at 8, and then we're going to be showing 5 to start us out, but we've got a pretty decent questing power here. Now, I probably should have done the setup of these decks first, but we're fine. We get 6 cards over here for our elves, our right-hand player. Got the Sylvan Tracker, Feigned Voices, Hemsworth, Darren's Ruins, the Minstrel, and a Gandalf. Honestly, these are pretty good. This is a pretty good hand. I'm actually going to keep this hand. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to mulligan because I do want a Ninja. I feel like we have 3 copies of Ninja in this deck. That's Galadriel's Ring of Power. If we can get that Ninja onto Galadriel turn 1, the game gets much, much better. So we're going to shuffle this up and try and grab a Ninja and a mulligan. Alrighty, come on. No whammies. 3, 6. Hey, there we go. We got Ninja, Darren's Ruins, Wingfoot, much already just a significantly better hand. I'm here for it. Let's go. And then the dwarves over here. We got 6 cards for the dwarves. Got 3, 6. Both really ally-heavy decks, and so that'll be fun. We got Cram, Durnsong, a good tail, Gandalf. That's going to be a mulligan. Let's go ahead and shuffle this up. I do like how they give you Gandalfs in all of the starter decks. I feel like Gandalf is just a really solid ally and probably should make it into most decks. We do have a 26 starting threat over here on the dwarves and a 29 on the elves. We got the Miner, boo, Durnsong, very good tail. Record Keeper, Legacy of Durin. Now there we go, and we're good. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go into our resource phase. So everyone's gonna get a money. And we're gonna get a card, which is the Tree People, and we've got Dory over here. Okay. We want to get 5 dwarfs out onto the table as quickly as possible over here for left-hand player, because then we start getting additional cards. So that's nice. Pay 1 resource from a hero's resource pool to add a resource to Biffer's resource pool. Now we can do that cross hand, which is important. One of those synergies that opens up in multiplayer. Galadriel. Sweet. Okay. So we will. Looks like we don't really need our leadership. We may need our leadership more so than we're gonna go ahead and spend 1 to play a Ninja on Galadriel. Now Galadriel, we can, she cannot attack, defend, or quest. Allies you control do not exhaust, commit to the quest during the round that they enter play. As an action, we can exhaust Galadriel to reduce a player's threat by 1 and have them draw a card. Again, in my solo mindset, that was just this hand, but we can also do it for our dwarven player over here. And then our ring over here gives us the lore resource icon. And then when we can exhaust Ninja and Galadriel to add her willpower to another questing power. What's important here is you can do this after staging. So let's go ahead and use Darren's Ruins. Super good card. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2, and then discard a card. Let's discard Ninja. We already have a Ninja. Now we're gonna lose Ninja. After Galadriel Minstrel enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event card and add it to your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Or we can drop a Sylvan Refugee. After a character leaves play, discard Sylvan Refugee from play. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go Galadriel to play Sylvan Refugee. Now, Sylvan Refugee, because it's Celeborn, gets +1 to all of their stats and does not have to exhaust in order to quest this round because it's Galadriel. Then we're going to spend 1 here to play Wingfoot. We can attach it to a ranger character. After the attached character commits to a quest, name enemy, location, or treachery. If a card of the name type is revealed during the quest phase, exhaust Wingfoot to ready the attached hero. You could probably spread these out. You could give them a little bit of breathing room, right? I guess like this level of the table, we're good. Okay. We do have Feigned Voices we can cancel an attack, but we probably want to chump with Sylvan Refugee regardless. Then we can return a Sylvan ally you control to your hand to search the top 5 cards of your deck for a Sylvan ally, put that ally into play, and shuffle the other cards back. What's really nice is you can pop Sylvan Refugee back to your hand, play her again, and then quest again for 3, a free 3. Alrighty. Dwarves over here, we definitely want to go with Legacy of Durin. So let's go ahead and spend an Ori resource to play Legacy of Durin. After you play a dwarf character from your hand, we can exhaust Legacy of Durin to draw a card. That's going to go on Dane. We have to keep Dane alive, and so we might as well throw our important upgrades on Dane, because then if it comes down to us needing to sack one of our heroes, we don't have to make the choice between Dane and the Legacy of Durin hero. We're going to go ahead and attach Cram to Dane. We can discard Cram to ready, but what's important here is that Dane gives a buff to all dwarf characters when he is ready. And so if we do need to exhaust him for defending or something like that, we can pitch Cram, stand him up, and turn that buff right back on. We are going to go ahead and spend this resource here to play the Ebor Record Keeper. So he cannot attack or defend, but we can exhaust Ebor Record Keeper, pay a lore resource to ready a dwarf character, and because of that, we're going to be able to exhaust Legacy of Durin to draw a card into Healing Herbs. We are going to hang on to Healing Herbs, because I'm not 100% sure who's going to take the damage. We could also attach it over here to Haldir if we wanted to, or I guess Galadriel, because she is now she's now a lore hero. That's going to be everything for us here. So let's go ahead and move into our quest phase. Quest phase, we're going to start committing characters. We're going to commit Sylvan Refugee. Because of Galadriel, she does not have to exhaust, so that's going to be 3. The elves are so much fun. I absolutely love the elves. Name enemy or location. If a card of the name type is revealed during this quest phase, Wingfoot gets a lot better in multiplayer because you're revealing multiple cards. We're going to go ahead and add 2 from Haldir. We do have the Cave Torch, which we can exhaust Celeborn. or we can exhaust Cave Torch to place 3 progress on a location, then reveal the next or the encounter card. I'm not I usually try and avoid that. We do have Ninja Galadriel, which we can use after staging, so we will do that. I think we'll go ahead and we're showing 5. We're questing. Let's go ahead and add 3. We got 8, with the idea that we'll probably be able to ready Haldir. Then we're going to quest for 2 because we get the buff here from Dane being ready. Got 2. We're up to 10. We're showing 5. We're doing 2 cards. Let's go ahead and go 4 here. So that's going to be 14. Now we're going to name location. So if we flip a location, then we get to ready Haldir. The first one is Wind Reveal. The player who controls the Cave Torch chooses to either exhaust the Cave Torch or progress cannot be placed on the quest until the end of the phase. Progress can be still placed on the active location. So let's just go ahead and exhaust the Cave Torch. And then we've got a Goblin Sniper. During the encounter phase, players cannot optionally engage Goblin Sniper if there are no other enemies in the staging area. If it is in the staging area at the end of the combat phase, each player deals 1 damage to a character they control. Alrighty. So we quested for 14. We're showing 2, 5, 7. So we're going to place 7, which is honestly kind of perfect because I'm not 100% ready to push right now. And so getting this primed and ready to go is pretty great. Let's go ahead and travel here. We're going to go ahead and use Galadriel's ability. We're going to reduce the threat of our right-hand player here and have them draw a card into Olorian, which is pretty awesome. Olorian is kind of our discount team building exercise. We can exhaust Olorian to lower the cost of the next Sylvan ally play this phase by 1. Sick. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and we have the Goblin Sniper. I would like to go ahead and engage the Goblin Sniper. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to take it over here because we can actually, we can take the hit, which we're going to take. We're going to go 2, no shadow effect. We took that undefended. We'll throw 2 onto, let's throw it onto Biffer. And then during our attack phase, we'll use Dane to go ahead and swing back into Sniper. Alrighty. During our refresh phase, we will raise each one of our players' threat by 1, take us up to 29 and 27, and unexhaust everybody. Throwing stuff everywhere. These starter decks are very, very solid products. Oh, after Cave Torch exhaust, discards the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. Oh, so you have to. Okay, so instead we're gonna choose the option. And sorry for rewinding. Progress cannot be placed. So what we'll do is we will just not place the progress, but we will quest successfully. I thought it was whenever you use the action, it exhausted, but that's not the case. It's just whenever it exhausts. So instead of, we're just gonna not place the progress, and we're okay with that. First player is gonna pass over here. And then we're going to go into resource. We got King Under the Mountain. Huge pull for us there. We can start mining now. And then our resource over here, we got Ninth Guide and some money. Perfect. Alrighty. Over here, let's go ahead and use 2 to play King Under the Mountain. Let's just keep throwing that on Dane. Let's make Dane. Let's Voltron Dane. Now, what we can do here is we can exhaust King Under the Mountain to look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Add 1 to our hand and discard the other. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to look at the Prospector, and we are not idle. Let's take the Prospector. We're going to go Healing Herbs on Biffer. Let's go ahead and go 2 here to play the Prospector, and this is important because this is our 5th dwarf, meaning that we're going to start drawing one additional card at the resource phase. And then after it enters play, we can discard the top 3 cards of our deck. We've got King of the Mountain, Narvi's Belt, and Bomber. Choose one card from your discard pile to shuffle back into your deck. That's going to be Narvi's Belt. Narvi's Belt allows us to be a little bit more flexible with our resources. Alrighty. We were really hoping for like a hidden cache or one of those miners. But at this point, we do have a very good tail, but we only have 3 costs worth of allies on the table, so I kind of want to save that for maybe a little bit later. We did use Legacy of Durin, or we did play a dwarf, so we can Legacy of Durin to draw into a cram. Nice, another cram. Okay. Sweet. Let's go ahead and trigger this. We're gonna exhaust Biffer and discard healing herbs to heal all the damage. And that's gonna be it for our dwarf player. Over here on our let's go ahead and use one resource here for Olorian. I'm gonna throw that on Galadriel. So we can exhaust Olorian to reduce the cost of the next ally by 1, which really just kind of looks like Galadriel's Minstrel. So let's go ahead and exhaust Olorian, spend Haldir to play Galadriel's Minstrel. Now this is cool. Okay, check this out. So we did that. Galadriel's Minstrel entered play. After she enters play, search the top 5 cards for an event and add it to our hand. Oh my gosh, are we gonna whiff here? Oh, we whiffed. That's so sad. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. That's fine. She's still gonna be questing for us. We're starting to build our little army. And then Sylvan Refugee, what we're gonna do is we're going to play the Tree People, return a Sylvan ally to your hand, search the top 5 cards for a Sylvan ally, put that ally into play, and shuffle the other cards back into your deck. You can only play 1 copy of Tree People. So we're going to return Sylvan Refugee to search 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one of these gets to come into play for free. Yeah, put that ally into play. So after Orphan enters play, we can return a Sylvan ally from our discard pile to our hand, so we don't actually have a target for that. After Greenwood Archers enters play, ready a hero. Galadriel Minstrel again. We could just go with another Minstrel. That could be kind of fun. Let's do that. So we're going to shuffle these into the deck. And I love the Sylvan archetype. It's so dynamic. So both of these have entered play, meaning that they don't have to exhaust to quest or anything. But now we're going to look at the top 5 cards to see if we can find a event. There's a Test of Will, Minstrel, Olorian. There's the Handmaiden, and Wingfoot. So we're going to take Test of Will. Sweet. Feeling pretty good about that. Now, I'm going to actually not play Sylvan Refugee this round. I think I want to keep this resource just in case we need to play a Test of Will. And there we go. Alrighty. So that means that it is time to start questing. So let's go ahead and... I think I only added 2. It didn't matter because we weren't able to place, but we're going to add 3 here. Because the buff here applies to characters. The buff here applies for allies, and so I need to get that in my head. We'll go 2. That takes us up to 5. We're only showing 3. Now let's go 2 more for 7 there. We're going to keep Dane ready, and then we're going to come in here. We're going to quest for 2, 4. And we don't have to exhaust the quest. And we do have Ninya, so if we need to push through, we can. We're going to go Haldir, and then we're going to go ahead and name location again. So Haldir is a +2. That takes us to 13, showing 3. I'm pretty happy with that. So let's go ahead and stage. Got 2, cards. The first one is, a Cavern Warg. When Cavern Warg attacks you, exhaust Cave Torch to cancel the attack and return Cavern Warg to the staging area. You're like yelling at it. And then we've got, yet another miss on our locations. When revealed, the first player attaches Watchful Eyes to one of their heroes. Counts as a conditioned attachment with the text limit 1 per round. If the attached hero is exhausted at the end of the combat phase, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. We're going to attach that to Dane. I don't know if we have a way to get rid of that. Do we Test of Will this? Or do we just play this with Dane and see how Dane fares? What's the worst that could happen, right? We quested for 13. We're showing 5. That means that 8's going to go through. It's going to clear here and place 2 here. We're going to go ahead and travel to the Crumbling Stairs. And let's go ahead and optionally engage here. We're going to block an attack with the Minstrel. It's actually a pretty decent. We have to deal 5 damage. We got 2 here, 3 there. So maybe we don't engage it. We're just not going to engage it because we don't have to. Our threat's low enough. We are going to use Galadriel's ability. Let's go ahead and reduce threat over here by 1 and draw a card into the tracker. And there we go. All right. We'll stand up. We are not exhausted, so we're good there. And we'll exhaust, or we'll roll ready. And we'll stand up. We do have the... we just need to get a Haldir hit. That's what we need. And then we can take out that Warg. Oh, nice. Okay. We'll increase our... We already did. We stood up. We're going to pass first player. We're going to get a Elrond's Council. Very nice. Reduce our threat by 3 and add +1 willpower. And then over here, we're going to get a Ebor Record Keeper. And because we control 5 dwarfs, a Hidden Cache. Hate to see it. I wanted to discard that one. And then money. That's funny. We got 1, 1, 1. Alrighty, what are we doing over here? We got let's go ahead and use Lorien. We will spend 1 from Celeborn to play a Ninth Guide. So when Ninth Guide enters play, we choose a hero. That hero does not have to exhaust to commit to the quest. We're going to choose Celeborn here. And then we're going to go ahead and spend 1. We're going to... Two-handed can take up a lot of space to play this Sylvan Refugee. So these 2 have entered play this round. These have not. So we don't have to exhaust. But we will probably want to use Sylvan Refugee for, let's say, Feigned Voices. Because if we use Feigned Voices on a different character, Sylvan Refugee would be discarded because of the Sylvan Refugee's forced response. I feel like that's a lot. That's everything we need to do over here. Over here, let's go ahead and use King Under the Mountain. Look at the top 2. Hey, Hidden Cache, and we are 1. So we're going to discard Hidden Cache. After Hidden Cache is discarded from your deck, add 2 resources to the resource pool of a hero you control. That's going to be Dane. Beautiful. Love it. Let's go ahead and spend... Oh, we don't have enough for to play Dory. I want to go... Let's go 1, 2, 3 to play the Miner. Now, this is pretty inefficient, but here we are. That's going to trigger Legacy of Durin, which will draw us into a Durin song. And then we are going to play a Very Good Tale. Exhaust 2 allies you control to shuffle your deck. and discard the top 5 cards. Put 2 allies discarded, but they cannot exceed. So we're going to exhaust the Miner and the Prospector. We'll shuffle this and discard 5 cards. Now, if we hit a hidden cache or we hit another Miner, we get double benefit. Alrighty, so we got 1. Hey, there's a Miner. 2. We could throw a Gandalf. 3. 4. Let's go. Let's freak. Oh my gosh. Team. That was hype. Okay, so we're going to discard all of these. But when we discard hidden cache, we're actually going to place 2 money into Ori. Both of these can interplay because once we discard them from the top of our deck, and then we are going to choose Gandalf as our the card that we are going to be putting into play. That was amazing. Yes, 100%. Let's do that again. Gandalf does have a response. After he enters play, we can choose to either draw 3 cards, deal 4 damage to an enemy, or reduce our threat by 5. At this point in the game, I think I want to... We could... I think honestly at this point we're feeling real good. So we could probably push through. Ooh, that was awesome. I think let's go ahead and let's deal 4 damage here. Alrighty. Woo! Man, that gets your heart racing, right? Let's go ahead and just spend 1 from Ori to play the Record Keeper. We've got a Dory drop next turn. We got Durn Song. We are not idle. We can exhaust X dwarfs, add X resources to a hero's resource pool, and draw a card. We could do that. Jeez, man, that's so freaking sweet. Let's go into our questing phase. We're gonna go ahead and quest here for 3, 5 without exhausting. We're going to quest for 3 because we chose Celeborn as the hero that doesn't need to exhaust a quest. And then you know what? We're going to do it, dang it. We're going to quest for 2 here. And we are going to say location. We're tripling down on the freaking locations, but here we are. Let's go 1, take us up to 11. We're showing 0. I feel pretty good. Honestly, at that, we're probably pretty fine. Since we are probably fine here, what we can do is we can play We Are Not Idle after we see what's happening. And if we don't need to exhaust our dwarven characters, then we can actually get a huge resource bump here. So maybe we do that. We're showing 11. We have +4. You know what? Honestly, we're just gonna hang out and not exhaust. Well, we're showing 3. That takes us down to 8. If we flip, let's go ahead and quest with Gandalf to take us up to 15. That math seems pretty decent. And let's flip a location. Each player must exhaust a character and discard the top card of their deck if able. The printed cost of the discarded card is equal to or higher than the remaining hit points of the exhausted character. Discard the exhausted character. We're gonna play a test of will. You know what? We're not. We're gonna do it. So when revealed, each player must exhaust a character and discard the top card of their deck. Sylvan is gonna exhaust, so that is gonna discard Sylvan Refugee. That's totally fine. And then we've got but that does reduce the. So we're down to 12. Let's just do one of these miners. Discard 2. If the printed cost is equal to or higher than the remaining hit points, so we do have to discard a miner. Ooh, that was less than ideal. Maybe I should have tested willed that. We got not a location again. When revealed, the player who controls the cave torch must choose to either exhaust the cave torch or progress cannot be placed on the quest until the end of the phase. We're going to choose to not place progress again. We're going to clear this, but then that's going to open us up to reduce our threat here, draw a card, which is a Gandalf, and then over here, we're going to play We Are Not Idle. We're going to exhaust. This is going to be in... I'm trying to think if there's a refresh phase, if there's an action window in the refresh phase before you ready. I don't actually know if there is. I should know that, but you know what? We're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to exhaust those 5 and not Dane, just to be careful here. Add X resources. We're going to add 5 resources to Dane. 2, 4, 5, and we get to draw a card. Lure of Moria. Ready all dwarf characters. Alrighty. End of the round. We will increase our threat. We will stand up. Also, in the comments, let me know because my guess is that by the end of this, I will forget to look it up. Is there an action window in the refresh phase before you ready characters? Alrighty. Pass this over to the dwarves. We're going to draw into a record keeper. We're going to pass out some money. And then over here, we're going to draw into another Olorian and then pass out money over here. Let's go ahead and King Under the Mountain. We're going to get a Longbeard Elder and a Miner of the Iron Hills. We're going to take the Miner of the Iron Hills to get rid of this condition. That's going to be lovely. And let's just go ahead and do that. We're going to spend 2 from Ori to play Miner of the Iron Hills. So much room. After we enter play, we can remove a condition attachment. Couldn't remember if those were in there or not. And then we're going to use Legacy of Durin to draw into Narvi's Belt. That's what we needed. Let's go 2 to play Narvi's Belt onto Dane. Now, we can exhaust Narvi's Belt to give a resource icon to Dane for a phase. So that means that all of these sweet, sweet resources that we pumped in, we can actually play other cards with. So that's nice. Oh, Gandalf is gone. We'll spend 1 resource from Biffer to play Hidden Cache to draw a card, which is another Dory. You know what? You know what? We'll just go ahead and Narvi's Belt. We'll spend 3 to play a Biffer. Or a Dory. I'm sorry, a Dory. Yeah. Cool. Now, let's go over here to our elfin characters. Okay. We want to play one of these Sylvan characters. So let's go ahead and Olorian. We'll spend 2, 3. Nope, just 2 to play the Sylvan Tracker. After Sylvan Tracker readies during the refresh phase, heal a damage from a Sylvan character. We do have Feigned Voices. We do have Elrond's Counsel. We have a Test of Will. I think we're just kind of hanging out. And we're going to push that up a little bit. So let's move directly into the quest phase. And let's not place threat this time. Alrighty. A Miner. Let's go 2, 4. We're going to keep Dory unexhausted because of Dory's response, where we can throw damage on Dory if we need to. 2, 4, 6. And let's go 6 more. That's just going to take us to 12. We've got 2 here. It's going to take us up to 14. We're gonna do Haldir. Dang it, it's going to happen. So that's gonna be 16, and we're showing 0. Honestly, at this point, we're gonna be good. I'm gonna stage 2 cards. First one is a Goblin Town Scavenger. When revealed, discard the top card of each player's deck until the end of the phase. We increase the threat by the total printed cost of everything discarded this way. So we got a 0, nice, and a 3. Oh, there's glowing. Alrighty, so it's a 4. And then, ooh, a great cave troll. Dang it, Wingfoot, what's going on? We need to hit some locations. Cannot have attachments. For each point of excess combat damage dealt by a great cave troll, damage is dealt beyond remaining hit points. Remove 1 progress from the current quest. Alrighty, so that's going to show 4, 7. So we place 9 here, which we'll push. Add the Goblin Chieftain to the staging area. Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a different enemy of their choice and adds it to the staging area. We just got overrun by some enemies. So Goblin Chieftain is going to come in. He engages at 40, X is the stage number, so he's a 2/2/2, 8. He cannot take damage. After he attacks, either remove X progress from the quest or return it to the staging area. During the encounter phase, treat each enemy's engagement cost as if it were 0. It gets +4 quest points for each enemy in play. So we're going to go find some enemies. We got so many locations in here. I think we're going to try and grab some enemies that... You know what? Let's see if we can grab some enemies that are not going to engage us. Goblin Troop does not sound fun. Let's go with the Cavern Warg. Engages at 33, but we do have a Gandalf. So Cavern Warg. Anything in the... We're allowed to search discard, I believe, as well. Encounter deck and discard pile. So many enemies all of a sudden. This was the discard pile. We could go with another warg. Yeah, let's just go with another warg. Alrighty. Uh-oh. Alright. So, we are in engagement. So, we can optionally engage. We do have, and this is important to remember, we do have a Feigned Voices. So, we can return a Sylvan ally to choose an enemy engaged with the player, and that enemy does not attack, which probably means we want to take that cave troll. We don't have any attack. Oh, what? You know what we can do? We can take the cave troll over here, and we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which only doesn't do that much damage. Ew. Okay, maybe the cave troll is a next turn engagement, and we can plan for that. Then, I can't believe we need to hit this. We need to hit this. We have a Gandalf play. So the other option is that we could play Gandalf next turn, and then Gandalf can throw like 4 damage. Oh wait, hold on. Each enemy's engagement cost as if it were 0. Okay. So that's not good. That's really, really, really bad, actually. Cool. So in that case, we're going to not grab the wargs. We're gonna grab some easier. After he engages, you discard the top card of the encounter deck. That card is a goblin enemy put engaged. I can't risk that at this point. I do want to go... I think they're just added to the staging area. And adds it to the staging area. And Surge is on reveal. So let's go the Goblin Runners. And the Scavengers. Do we have another Scavenger, actually? Or is it just the 2 Scavengers? I don't think I was ready for this. Well, I think I was. I was not expecting to top deck 2 enemies there. And then have 5 enemies to take care of. Oh, no. But we can... Oh, the Goblin Chieftain's only attacking for 2, so that's not awful. So each... all their engagement costs are 0. And so that means that we'll just go back and forth engaging. But we can optionally engage if we would like. I think we're going to take the cave troll over here. No, we're going to take it over here. I'm going to take the cave troll over here. That's going to be the optional engagement there. And then we'll take the optional engagement here. And then we will pass out these effectively we can choose because they're all 0. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Jeez. Jeez. Alrighty. So deal out shadow cards. Oof. Alrighty. Got an attack of 1. We're going to take it undefended. No shadow effect. We'll throw that 1 damage onto Dane. No, we're going to throw it onto here. We got an attack of 2. We'll take it undefended. No shadow effect. We'll throw the damage over here on Biffer. And we got an attack of 6. But at this point, we are going to play a Feigned Voices to pop the Minstrel back to our hand. And this one will not attack. We got an attack of 1, which we will take undefended. Deal 1 damage to a character you control. That's fine. After a Sylvan character readies during the refresh phase, heal 1 damage from that character. So we will deal a damage here. The undefended damage goes here. And then we've got an attack of 3. The attack of 3 we will defend with the Minstrel here. So it's going to be 3. Gets +1 for each Goblin enemy engaged. That's a lot. And that's going to take this Minstrel out. Alrighty. Wow. Let's go ahead and we should have done this earlier. We're going to Galadriel, reduce our threat here to draw a card into a Defender of the Nath. This should be, we should play this. Okay. Over here, Goblin Chieftain is back in the staging area. We're kind of running out of room here. Let's just have Dory take out here. I mean, like, we have 4 attack, which does not get through the defense. If we were ranged, we could deal some damage, but unfortunately, I don't think we can even touch the cave troll over here. But over here, I think I would much rather take out this guy. Oh, actually, you know what? We can go 2, 3, which we'll take here. And then since I think the Sylvan Tracker interplay this round, we can attack for 2 and deal 2 damage here. Alrighty. Wow. Ooh. Alrighty, so we have the Great Cave Troll, the Goblin Orc. This is now at a 12. So we could blitz through it, but I think we want to do some damage control first. So let's go ahead and raise our threat. 29, 30. We're going to stand up. Ah. All right. Pass this over here. We're going to draw into, give me something good. Ooh, Host of the Galadriel. Return each Sylvan ally you control to your hand, then play each one of those allies from your hand one at a time at no cost. Let's go. Also, these are going to heal because of the tracker. Yeah. Then we're gonna get a Gandalf over here. Alrighty. I'm gonna pass out some money. Alright, we actually may play the Gandalf over here because the Cave Troll is engaged with the Dwarven player, and we can get some more allies out on our Sylvan players. So I think we'll actually play the Gandalf on this side of the table. If we do that over here, let's go ahead and Olorian. Spend one from Haldir to play a Minstrel. So we'll search the top 5 cards of our deck for an event. There's a Feigned Voices, that's big. Yeah, we'll take the Feigned Voices. So we could prevent that Cave Troll from attacking again if we actually wanted to. Okay. And then let's use... Let's use 3 to play a Defender the Nath. It's going to be a nice little defender for us. Okay. Then over here, let's go ahead and use King Under the Mountain. We'll use the Prospector and King Under the Mountain. We'll take the Prospector into our hand. And let's use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to play a Gandalf. Gandalf comes in. I'm going to deal 4 damage. We could play a Record Keeper to draw a card. I don't think we really need it, though. Alrighty. So, quest phase. I swear, if we don't draw a location this round, I'm not going to not quest just because that gets crazy. Because I know the one time that I don't quest, it'll burn me. So let's go ahead and quest for 2. 1, 2. So that's 5 total, and they don't have to exhaust. We want to go Celeborn. Let's go ahead and go Ninth Guide for 2, or for 1. I'm sorry, because she did not enter play this round. And that's going to be... No, we'll go Celeborn for 3. So that's going to take us up to 9. Let's hop over here and let's look at what we got. We got 3. It's going to take us up to 12. 3 more is 15. Because there's a chance that we can just quest through it and we get rid of the Goblin Chieftain. He like leaves play and he'll come back later. Got the Prospector for 2. That's 17. 19. They can't attack our defense, so we might as well. We'll go 21. We're requesting for 21 there. We have Gandalf as a block here, and we have enough to push back for the attack, right? Because this is 2, 4, 7, 9, which would be enough. So let's go ahead and stage. Requesting 21, showing 2. Doomed 1. Everyone raised their threat by 1. Right, 30 and 31. Each player must choose to either raise their threat by 1 for each questing character or discard a questing character. Discard a questing character. Ah, I hate that sentence. Let's just test a wheel that. Let's just get rid of that. Not worth. Okay. And then we've got not a location, it's the same one. No. Alrighty, so Doomed 1 again. And then I think we're gonna have to discard it. Why are we not drawing any locations? Jeez, Wingfoot is the worst card in the game. You heard it here first. Okay, we'll discard the Record Keeper here. And then we'll discard the Ninth Guide. That's bananas. Okay, 21 showing 2, so we actually do push here. because this is at 12. So we got the Chasm. Set the Goblin Chieftain outside out of play and add the Cracked Pillar to the staging area. While the Cracked Pillar is in the staging area, it gains the first player may declare an attack against the Cracked Pillar during the combat phase, and then we're going to use its threat as its defense. Remove 4 threat from the Cracked Pillar to travel here. And then reveal an additional encounter card during the quest phase. Progress cannot be placed on Cracked Pillar while it's in the staging area. After Cracked Pillar leaves play as an explored location, we can advance. Oh, wait, hold on. This is... No, that's added to the staging area, not revealed. I'm telling you, Haldir does not want to fight this game. Haldir is not in a fighting mood. We are in the combat phase, so let's go ahead and deal out in shadow cards. We will take this guy undefended. Actually, could just we'll take it undefended. It's gonna be 1, no shadow effect. We'll deal 1 damage to Haldir because he's lazy. And then we got a attack of 6 here, which we will go ahead and fend with Gandalf. So 6, no shadow effect. Gandalf takes 2 damage, but that's fine. We will have the Sylvan Tracker go ahead and take this guy out. And then we did the math, but let's just do it again. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we do 5 damage, which will take out the Cave Troll. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and use Galadriel's ability. We still haven't used Ninya, which is crazy. We're going to draw a Limbas, attach to a Noldor or Stolen Hero, discard to ready the attached hero and heal 3 damage from them. Oops, wrong way. We're down to 30. Okay. That is that. So let's go ahead and increase our threat to 33 and 31. Actually, no. I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and attack for 2, 3, 4 to deal 2 damage here. And Haldir is not ready. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's stand up. I cannot. Okay, so now we're revealing an additional card, which means that we should hit a location, right? Haldir should get hit. Because now we're revealing 3 cards instead of 2 cards. So we've increased our chances of doing that. Pass this over to the dwarves. Let's go ahead and draw into Gloin. Love that. Let's pass out some money. And then we'll pass out money over here. And we've got a refugee. Alrighty. Gloin cost 3. While you control 5 dwarf characters, he gains response. Yeah. So let's go ahead and King Under the Mountain, get a Hammersmith and a Elder. We'll take the Elder. Let's spend 1 from Ori to play a Record Keeper. And that's going to Durin to draw us a card into a Prospector. Oh, Alrighty. Gandalf is gone. Alrighty. Are we doing anything else? We could play a Prospector. Let's just go ahead and do that. Let's go Narvi's Belt to give lore. We're going to play a Prospector. We're going to discard the top 3 cards of our deck. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to shuffle a card from our discard pile, which may be a Gandalf. I think it will be a Gandalf. Just get another trigger of Gandalf in here, because we're about to have to take on that Chieftain. Alrighty. Over here, I cannot believe we have we've missed it so many times. Okay, let's go ahead and spend 1 to play a refugee. And let's go ahead and Olorian 1-2 to play another defender, which this defender is not interplay this round. Okay. This should have healed. Okay. We are going to stage 3 cards, but let's go ahead and quest first. Let's go 3-6. We're showing 2. There's 4 more. That's going to take us to 10. We just have to not lose. So I think that's going to be it for us over here. So we'll go ahead and quest for 1, 3. So 4 more. That takes us to 14. I'm going to do it just because we're doing it. 16. We're going to name a location. I swear if there's not a location in here. All right. Got 1, 2, 3. We got a Goblin Troop. Cannot have attachments. While the Goblin Troop is engaged with you, each other Goblin enemy gets +1/+1. Cavern Warg. Response. After Cavern Warg attacks you, exhaust Cave Torch to cancel the attack. Ah, there we go. Let's go. Collapse Mine. While Collapse Mine is in the staging area, no more than 4 progress can be placed on the quest each round. So we get to ready. Ready, Haldir. Let's go. Let's go. Alrighty, so we quested for 16. We're showing 2, 4, 7, 9. So we are good. We're going to go ahead and travel to the Collapse Mine. No one... Oh, actually, we are going to get engaged over here. Interesting. We'll take the Goblin Troop over here. And then the Cavern Warg over here. We'll... Shadow cards. We've got a attack of 3 here. Let's go ahead and just block with Minor. So it's going to be 3. Attacking enemy gets +1. It's going to take out the Minor. And then we've got an attack of 5. We'll block with the Refugee. It's going to be 5. Cancel all combat damage dealt to attacking enemy this round. Ooh, well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Alrighty, so he is safe. We cannot attack him. Ah, okay. Wow. Jeez, that's not good. Shoot. All right, let's go Haldir and Dory will take out... No, we'll go Haldir, which is 3, and the Minor to take out the Warg. And then we've got 2, 5, which will deal enough damage here. We'll exhaust Galadriel to reduce... We'll still do this. We'll reduce 30 down here, and we'll get a Sylvan Tracker. Alrighty. That Goblin Troop is not looking too great. Alrighty, let's stand up. We probably don't have to quest with Haldir. I mean, the 3 attack is just so nice. Increase our threat to 34 and a 31. I'm going to draw into Thor's map. Discard this to choose a location in the staging area. Make that location the active location. There's another active location. Return it to the staging area. And we got another Wingfoot. Let's pass out some money. And this needed to pass. So what are we doing? What are we doing with our lives over here? I think we're probably just throwing more allies out. Let's go Olorian. We'll spend 2 for a Sylvan Tracker. We're going to put this here as it entered play. over here. We're going to King Under the Mountain. We got a Gandalf and a Gandalf. Jeez, dang it. We'll take a Gandalf. We are going to. We're gonna hang out. I'm not gonna play anything. Mainly because Gandalf. I want to probably play Gandalf. Not next round, but the following. Yeah. Alrighty. So we are questing. We're gonna commit characters over here. We're gonna commit the Sylvan Tracker for 2. What? We're gonna do Haldir for 2. Then we've got Celeborn. So we got, okay, so we actually have to do a lot of damage. So maybe we don't do Celeborn over here. So we got 4. We do have Galadriel. We have a lot of stuff over here. Then we're gonna go 4 over here. It's gonna show us 8. We're showing 2. And then let's just add 6 from these 2 heroes. It's gonna take us up to 14 with the potential of adding 5. So we should be fine. 1, 2, 3. We did name location. Hey, Goblin Dungeon. Travel will reveal the top card of the encounter deck to travel here. After it leaves play as an explorer location, the first player searches the top 5 cards of their deck for an ally and puts it into play under their control. Shuffle the others back into their deck. We got the Goblin Runners, which is going to surge. And then we've got when revealed, each player must exhaust a character and discard the top card of their deck if able. If the printed cost of the discarded card is equal to or higher than the remaining hit points of the character, exhaust the character. Or discard the character. We'll go Dory. We're good there. We'll go Sylvan Tracker, and we're good there. Cool. Then we've got a Lightless Passage. We must exhaust a Cave Torch to travel here. We're showing 5, 10. We quested for 14. So let's go ahead and exhaust Galadriel and Ninya to add 4 to clear this. Okay. We are going to travel here by removing 4. And then we'll optionally engage this guy over here. Okay. Shadow cards are dealt out. That is the end of the deck. We got a 5 there. Honestly, I'm gonna go Feigned Voices. I'm gonna pull the Minstrel back to our hand. Probably means we should have quested with the Minstrel, but here we are. And this one will not attack. Okay. Then we got an attack of 3. Why is Dory exhausted? What did I do with Dory? Huh. Probably should not have done that. We'll go Prospector. We'll defend. No shadow effect. But that's going to take out the Prospector. We've got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to take out the troop. Of course, now it's going to get in the reshuffle. Then you got 2, 4 to take out. Okay. We will stand up. Increase our threat. It's a longer quest than I remember it being. Or maybe I'm just slow playing it. Sometimes I'll do that because I like to play the game, and so I drag the quest out longer than it probably needs to go. Alrighty, so there we go. We pass this over here. I'm going to draw into a map. Let's go ahead and play some money. And then we've got money over here. And we're going to draw into a knife guide. Sweet. We could go Prospector again. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead, spin 2 from Ori to play a Prospector. Discard the top 1, 2, 3 cards of our deck, and then we get to shuffle a card back in, which will be a Gandalf. We're about to deck out here. But we're feeling pretty good. We will go ahead and Legacy of Durin to draw into a Healing Herbs. We'll go ahead and throw Healing Herbs onto Biffer. We'll spend 1 to play the map here. That's going to be able to get around some of these nasty travel effects. And that's going to be it for our dwarf players. Over here, let's go ahead and go Olorian and a Ninth Guide. We're going to choose Celeborn, does not have to exhaust to quest. And then she comes in. We're good. Okay. Start stacking over here. We do have a Galadriel Minstrel. I don't think we need the Minstrel right now. We're gonna do it. We're gonna play the Minstrel. Search the top 5 cards of our deck for a event card. Add it to our hand. No, we whiffed again. Sad. But knowing that we have the card that the Galadriel's favor or whatever it is that allows us to play each one of them again for free, we'll get these benefits again. Alrighty. Let's quest. So I started questing. We're showing 7. We need to go 2. So that's not awful. Let's go 4, 7. Biffer will add 3. And we're going to go 2 more. That takes us to 12. And then over here, we do have the greeting as well as Galadriel. So we're going to add 4 here from the allies that enter play. Takes us up to 16. Celeborn does not need to exhaust this time. Haldir is going to... You know what? We're going to name enemy, because if it's not an enemy, and this is probably what I should have been doing all the time, but if it's not an enemy, we don't really need to ready Haldir. So that makes a lot more sense to do it like that. So Haldir is going to go 2 more, 21 for us there. And then we have Galadriel and everything. So this shuffles. We're going to do 3 cards. That's actually, yeah, that's a really good point. Just always name enemy for a Wingfoot, unless there's an enemy already out there and you need to take care of it. But if there's no enemies, just name enemy, because if there's not an enemy, it doesn't matter. Makes a lot of sense. Alrighty. When revealed, deal 2 damage to a character you control. So I guess this would be over here. 2 damage. We'll do that to Dory. We got a great cave troll, which will ready Haldir. And then a cavernous warg. Ew. So that's showing 5, 12. We quested for 21, so we do clear here. That actually is not a victory card, so that could actually come back, which is pretty funny. And then we'll progress. Add Goblin Chieftain to the staging area. While there's at least 8 progress tokens on this stage, Goblin Chieftain loses the text cannot take damage. The stage cannot be defeated while Goblin Chieftain is in play. When the stage is defeated, the heroes have rescued the captives, fulfilling their oaths, and the players win the game. So Goblin Chieftain is hanging out. He engages at 40, so we don't really have to deal with him. And we do have to quest a good bit in order for him to lose that text. Okay, so we're gonna discard the map to travel to the lightless passage. Alrighty. We don't have to engage the cave troll, and we're not going to. Um, we will engage the cavern ward. Do I have another faint voices? I don't think I do. All right, I don't. Let's go ahead and use Galadriel to reduce the threat over here by 1 and draw into the Gandalf. Okay. Um, we could engage the cavern warg over here. I'm kind of looking over here. It's like we have we have enough to take it out, but we don't really have a great defender. Let's go ahead and optionally engage over here. We're going to defend with our defender, so it's going to be 3, no shadow effect. We'll take 1 damage here. Then Haldir and Ninth Guide will take this guy out. Alrighty. We will increase our threat. 33 and 35. We'll stand up and we'll pass the torch. Alrighty. We'll draw a card over here, which is the Tree People. Return a Sylvan ally you control to your hand. Search top 5 cards for a Sylvan ally and put it into play. That's huge. Pass out some money. We're going to play that. We're going to play Tree People. We're going to return the Minstrel back to our hand to search the top 5 cards for a Sylvan ally. We got a Minstrel, Knife Guide, Tracker, Mirkwood Runner, and an Olorian. Let's go ahead and choose the Minstrel. Mainly because we may do that card where we get to play it again. So I'm choosing ones that have win, enter, and play abilities. So when Galadriel Minstrel enters play, search the top 5 cards of our deck for an event card. Of course, we're gonna whiff here. Bummer. Oh wait, no, we got Host of the Galadriel again. All right. Let's go ahead and go Olorian. We'll spend 1 to play a Galadriel Minstrel. Search top 5. I feel like there's not a ton of events in here. I feel like we're whiffing a lot on that. So I may, if I was modifying the deck, I may take out the Minstrels or add more events for us to actually hit. Okay. We could play Host the Galadriel, return each Sylvan ally, and then play them all again. I'll do that next turn. We already have a couple of them that are questing, and actually, this would be a really good time to play it, just because we do have a lot of quest that we need to push through. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and spend 4 to play Host of the Galadriel. So we're gonna pick each one of them, play them. No win entering, no win entering, but they all get the boost here. Knife Guide, we're gonna choose Celeborn does not have to exhaust, and then we're gonna search the top 5 for an event. There's Darren's Ruins, so that's nice. We're going to take that. And then when we play the next one, we'll search the top 5 for an event. Feigned Voices, beautiful, actually. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got the Feigned Voices. We are feeling good now because now we can cancel an attack. That's a good card. That's fun. Nice. Let's go ahead and play Darren's Ruins. We'll draw 2, discard 1. Test of Will is nice. We'll discard a Wingfoot. Woo! Well, that was pretty sweet. Alrighty. Okay. So let us go ahead and spend 3. We have not. Well, Legacy Durn doesn't matter. To play Gloin, we're going to throw 2 money back at Dane. We could play Allure of Moria. So actually, we're not going to do Dane. Because we're going to probably play Allure of Moria, ready all of our dwarf characters. Yeah, heck yeah. Alrighty. We're about to have an epic turn. I'm excited for this. We are going to commit characters to the quest. Now, all of our allies entered play this round, so we do not have to exhaust. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's 12. Celeborn does not have to exhaust, so that's going to be 3 more, taking us to 15. Do we go Haldir? Do we go Haldir or not? That's a question. I think that's a decent question here. Do we need Haldir? I think we probably need Haldir. We are gonna count up over here, just because I know I'm supposed to commit all the characters over here, but we're gonna count over here because that's gonna help me. We got 1. We got 3. Takes us to 18. 21. Remember, we're going to play Lure of Moria, which is going to ready all of these characters. So that's 2. Make sure Lure of Moria isn't like a... Yeah, it's just an action. Good. I'm going to count 2, 4, 6. Okay. I don't have to do these individually. I can do big boy math. Okay, so that's 6. So that's going to take us to 35. We're going to go ahead and commit Dane as well. So that's going to be 37, but we're going to use Cram. Technically, we're going to use Cram after the staging. But just... So we're at 37. We're showing 4, 7, 10. And we need to quest for 12 plus the 2 cards. I think we're fine. We got Galadriel. We got +5. Let's roll with it. We're not going to use Haldir. I would have said enemy. When revealed, each player exhausts a character and discard the top card of their deck. If able, the printed cost of the discarded card is equal to or higher. Sweet. We don't have any unexhausted characters over here. So, that's great, actually. We're going to exhaust Defender. We got... Nope, we're good. Defender is safe. Alrighty. And then we've got... Collapse Mine. So glad that we did not use Haldir. While Collapse Mine is in the staging area, no more than 4 progress can be placed on the quest each round. No! Oh, that's brutal. Oh, that's so brutal. Alrighty, well, we'll clear this and add 4 here. We'll travel here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe that. That's so sad. That's so sad. We'll engage the cave troll here. We'll remove 1 progress from the current quest for each excess point of damage that it deals. It's going with 6. Do we just feign voices this? Yeah, we're going to feign voices to pull Knife Guide back so it's not going to attack. We got 5, 7, 9, 11 to take out the control. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that. Galadriel is going to reduce threat over here. We're going to draw into a Sylvan Tracker. All right, let's stand up. All right, we're gonna try it again. Except we don't have the ability over here to, or we don't have the money over here to. So Dane was ready after the staging area. Oh my gosh, we don't have the money to play that card again. So we have to be a little bit more careful over here on what we quest with. Oh, that was such a brutal card to flip. No. Pass this over here. We'll pass out some money. At least we have a lot of money now. Pass out money over here. Draw into a Limbos. Okay, now we'll play Gloin. I'll get 2. We do have Lura Moria still. We do have Durin Song. So we could oh, we can play Durin's Song. I think I want Lure of Moria. No, we're not going to play Gloin again. Because we're going to hold out and play Durin Song to give, and then Lure of Moria. And that's going to be the money here. I probably should have gotten Narvi's Belt on one of the green heroes. I'm going to throw Cram on Dane again, though. We don't have Gandalf to play. Sad. Well, I wanted to use... Actually, you know what? No, we are going to... I'm going to go 3, 4, 5. To play Gandalf here, we're going to reduce our threat by 5. But then Gandalf is going to help us take out the Chieftain. Alrighty. Over here, we don't have the money. But we will go ahead and Olorian, spend 1 to play Ninth Guide. And so we'll choose Celeborn, who does not need to exhaust. I'm going to hang on to the rest of our money. Because if we need to play a Test of Will, then we will have enough money next turn to play Host of the Gladrian. Alrighty. Let's quest. We are showing 7. We're not going to quest with Gandalf, but we're going to go 2, 4. You know what? Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17, 20, 22. We're going to cram after staging, so we keep the buff alive. And we do have Durin songs that we can add 4 to that, so that's going to be 22. We're going to quest for 2 here. Celeborn goes for 3. That takes us up to 27. We're not going to use Haldir. We are going to engage on this side of the table because we have a ranged Haldir. We have 27. We're fine. Let's go ahead and stage. First one, we got a Wild Warg. After Wild Warg engages you, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If that card is a goblin enemy, put it into play engaged with you. Okay. Then we got a Goblin Scavengers. Discard the top card of each player's deck until the end of the phase. Haha, joke's on you. It's going to get +3s. So this is going to be 4, 5, 6, 10, 13. So we quested for 27. That's going to take us down to 14. So we're going to go here for 6. And then 8 onto... Alrighty. We are going to optionally engage the Chieftain here. And we are going to optionally engage, because the Wild Warg is going to come over here. I think we're going to optionally engage the Warg over here. After Wild Warg engages you, if it's a Goblin enemy, it cannot have attachment. While it's engaged with you, each other Goblin enemy engaged with you gets +1/+1. And this guy's going to engage here. We cram to ready Dane. We actually may... Yeah, what we'll do is we'll block with Dane, then we'll play Lure of Moria. We should be fine, though. But let's pass out shadow cards. We got a 4 attack. I'm going to block with Dane. Raise your threat by 1 for each point of damage dealt by this attack. So we're going to increase our threat by 1 because 1 damage seeps through. We've got an undefended attack of 1 here. No shadow effect. Go that damage there. Got an attack of 5. We'll actually block the attack of 2 here with the defender. This destroys a character. Does not. And then we will block with the minstrel on the troop. It's 5. Attacking enemy makes an additional attack immediately after this one. Deal a new shadow card. Yikes. But that will ready the defender. We'll go with the defender again. So it's going to be a 5. Deal 1 damage to a character you control. We'll do that to Haldir. And the defender leaves play. But now we're going to play 3 to play Lure of Moria. Ready all dwarf characters. Oh, after it attacks, either remove X progress from the quest, which we will. We'll remove 4. We can still deal damage because we do have 8 progress on the quest. And, you know what, just for the fun, let's go ahead and spend 2. We're going to go Durin Song to give Ori +2, +4 attack. All right, here we go. So we've got 7, 9, 13, 16, 20. You know what? No, this is fun. 22. We can't attack over here. I think I may have chumped block with the record keeper, and I don't think I was allowed to do that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. 22. Take out the Goblin Chieftain. That's game. Ooh, there we go. Wow, that was an intense battle. Thank you all so very much for watching. We're gonna go into Agmar next, and so if you are interested in watching along, make sure to follow the channel, and I will see you there. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.